Hey guys, this is Nicodisciple here to talk about forgiveness, radical forgiveness, crazy forgiveness, forgiveness that makes you go, "Wah!" The reason is, I believe that we should forgive people even before they even do the thing. Also, before they're even sorry, and even before they ask for forgiveness. Now, a couple of those things, at least one of those things, might make you kind of disagree with me, and that's fine. And just kind of thinking about forgiveness lately because a couple things have come up. We're talking about rape on a different channel and how that child, should be killed because if it was born, the mother would no way possibly forgive their rapist, and so this baby would be an eternal reminder of their rape, and they would hate the baby and all that stuff. So I think forgiveness is important in situations like that. And how do we do it though? I have another friend that her baby brother, was murdered. So she's asking the question, how do I forgive? What does that even look like? So I think it's important for me, and I'm just going to share what I believe and what I think. Like I said, you need to find out with God. You may completely disagree with me, and that's probably good. I may be way off. But forgiveness for me is a question of holding something against someone. Forgiveness is not, taking these people that just killed your brother and being all lovey-dovey and happy about them, or even happy that it happened. That's a little weird. So I think we can forgive and still be sad about something or upset about it. So what is forgiveness then? Forgiveness, to me, is not holding that against that person. And now, why would we not hold it against that person? A lot of people go and they decide, well, Jesus forgave us on the cross of all our sins, so we should forgive those other people. And that sounds great. That sounds very poetic and great love story there. But is that true? Is that why we should forgive others? And I'd have to say no. Cart! Clear! Sorry, I'm watching my kids, so I gotta keep an eye out both ways for cars. Car! Another car, guys! So, sorry about that. But, clear! They're parking too. Wait, we got one more car coming. 3 cars in a row. That never happens except when I'm trying to make a video. So, car! Where was I? So, forgiveness. The reason I think is because of what sin is. Sin, I've always thought of sin as something somebody does to us, like somebody murdered somebody, or somebody molested this little kid, or somebody sinned by raping this person. Are those acts sin? Yes. Clear! But I don't believe that our battle, our war, what we should be upset about is the people doing these things. Whoa, let me explain. I believe there is a kingdom of darkness, a kingdom of evil, of sin. Sin is actually a kingdom, not an action or anything that we do. And so what is this kingdom of sin? This kingdom of sin is all the devil stuff, all the bad stuff, all the things that are horrible, that are here to kill, steal, and destroy. Sickness is a part of the kingdom of sin. Do we blame somebody who gets sick? Like, your grandma gets cancer. Well, forget her. That's her fault. She got cancer. That's her own good thing. That's, we hold it against her? No, we don't hold it against her. Why? Because it wasn't her. It was something that was done to her. In most cases, some cases you kind of hold it against them because maybe she smoked or something like that. But what about all those smoker people that never get cancer? So anyway, sickness is a good kind of picture sometimes. Your little kid, your 2-year-old gets a fever. Well, good for them. They deserved it. You hold it against them? No. So how can I come and say that murder and lying and deceitfulness and backstabbing, all that stuff that we have to forgive people, how do we not hold that against them? That's them doing it, right? Well, is it? Okay. Let's take somebody who was molested as a little kid, and they grow up and they molest others. Who should we hold that against? Some might say let's hold it against their dad who molested them when they were 2 or 3. Okay, or let's hold it against the dad then. Now the dad, he was molested when he was a little kid, or he was, beat up and thrown around by his dad. And so who should we, hold that against? Well, let's hold it against his dad. So now we're at Grandpa. Now Grandpa, you think he, had it perfect? He probably was messed up because of somebody else. And so, yeah, we got to take responsibility. But what is really going on here? And I think it's important to see that our battle is not against flesh and blood. Our battle is against a spiritual realm, a kingdom of darkness who wants to destroy us. So how do they fight? They fight with thoughts. And they get these thoughts in your head. You're going to go kill somebody. You need to get back at that person. You need to do this and do that. And get your gun and smoke them. All this stuff is put in our minds. And when we start to, there's little Israel, believe it or accept it, that's when we start acting like that stuff. And so, okay, so let's bring it around here. So, this person who has just raped you, instead of me, I've never been raped. I've never had anybody murdered, so I'm kind of talking whatever. So take different situations that you might be in. That person, I'm not going to hold that against them. I'm going to forgive them, and I'm going to hold it against the darkness, the kingdom of darkness. And I'm going to come at the kingdom of darkness with light, with love. And I actually feel bad for that person that did that to me, because they have been defeated already. They have been overcome by the kingdom of darkness. Now they're an instrument of darkness. They're doing these bad things. Yes, I think they should be locked up in prison and all that stuff. I mean, we got to take care of that. They are doing these things. So, because, alright, so I don't know if any of that made sense to you, but in my mind and how I see the world and how it happens, that's how I forgive people. Because I do not hold it against them. I see them as being sick. I see them as not being healthy. A healthy person does not go and murder somebody else. A healthy person does not go and molest somebody. Okay? So, I feel bad for these people. I feel that they are in darkness. They are believing lies. And a lot of times they have these addictions. And I've been addicted to stuff. And it's horrible. And it's like you're doing this thing that you don't want to do. And you do and you don't. And it sucks. And so, yeah, it really sucks. So it's a sickness. It is horrible. And there should be, safety precautions put in place and penalties and all that stuff. But the actual heart holding this against that person, think about that. Think of where your real war is at. And I think it's our purpose, our desire to set those people free. Those people that are attacking us or doing bad things. It's our job to fight back, not towards that person, but towards that lie, that darkness that those people are believing. And so, anyways, I say hold it against the devil, hold it against the demons, hold it against the dark side, and fight that with love and light and what that is in that situation. What happens when we start judging others, we start wanting justice, we want a penalty to be brought. Well, what happens when we do something wrong? We don't want a penalty brought. We don't want to, we've all done things that we didn't want to do or didn't mean to do or feel sorry for afterwards. And so we've all wanted mercy. We've all wanted to be forgiven and not have our penalties held against us. So it's kind of it's a huge thing, and I'm not sure exactly what else I can really say. It's not clear. I'm not a good teacher. I'm not a good explainer in a sense, but I think through life, through living, you're going to realize that there's something else going on, and there's a real fight and a real battle, and it's against the dark enemies, and it's a spiritual thing. And so these people, it's the spirit of murder, it's the spirit of rapism, it's a spirit that is causing people to do these things. And so that's who I would hold accountable. In the physical realm, like I said, break the law, you go to jail, that stuff, that's a good thing. But in your heart, holding it against them, it's going to mess you up. You're going to be experiencing all this anger, and you're going to start agreeing with the very thing that that was done to you. You're going to end up, you focus on murder, you don't forgive somebody for murdering, and you're gonna feel that. You're gonna see that anger rise up in you. That spirit is gonna come and get close to you. And if you're not careful, what happens is you begin to murder people around you. And you'll see it. It'll rise up. And if you don't keep it in check, you will have an opportunity someday maybe to kill somebody. And you will. And remember, Jesus, he was a great teacher on this, where if you're even angry with somebody, he counted it as murder. Now, why? I think it's because of what we're talking about, that it's a spiritual agreement with these spirits that are lying to us. They're saying it's okay to be upset with this person or that person. So, anyways, I'm going to sign off. Car! Thanks for hanging out. Love you guys. Nicodisciple signing off. Forgive one another.